times.
The guy got shot 4 times?
Yeah.
In the standoff?
Yeah.
We checked the news, but if you're lying, what we gonna do with you?
No, that's what my
Time
papa
out.
said.
Huh?
That's what my papa said.
But you were there. You didn't hear no gunshots. Alright, then he didn't get killed, man. I'm getting this ready. Alright.
We saw the canines. They bring inside.
you're lying,
They
just
bring
so
the
you know.
canines.
I know, I'm just opening this up so I can watch you.
Watch me.
Watch you, yeah.
Oh.
As I can see the questions and I can make sure there's no cherry picking going on. Look, alright, let's set some ground rules right now. First off, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. So number one, stop asking me about people. We're not answering no questions about people. Like, this is America. People need tawheed. People need the basics of their religion. Khalas, man. I'm not an imam of jarh wa ta'dil, nor do I profess to be, nor do I want to pretend to be. So stop asking me about people. All right? I mean, we're here to study the deen. And nobody in America is qualified for these types of issues. Nobody. Even the brothers that I know that I've studied with, they're not. It's like when we talk about qualified for this, means that they understand all of the wabith of jarh wa ta'dil, and they have the background of going through the books and knowing the kalam of ahl al-ilm and how they deal with these issues. No, I don't know anybody that's qualified for this. So these types of issues, they go back to the ulama. They don't go back to a person like me or anybody in America for that matter.
Even Abdul Karim.
Huh?
Even Abdul Karim.
Who's Abdul Karim?
الأمريكي.
Who?
Abdul Karim Abdul Hakim الأمريكي.
No, even him. Goes back to the ulama. I mean, there's like, okay, there's people that are clear-cut on misguidance, but everybody knows that. Why y'all gotta ask me to know my opinion about the person, and you know that this person's on bother? You know what I'm saying? So.
You usually ask us if you want to answer a question about someone.
No, but I mean specifically. I mean, issues in America, that's one thing. But issues that are going on overseas that don't affect the dawah here in America, khalas. I mean, I'm not going to answer these questions anymore. Abu Hassan this and Muhammad Raimi this and all this. Actually, all these people are on batil, but they're overseas causing their batil overseas. You know, they're not over here. You know, we have to deal with the issues that we have to deal with here, inshallah. All right, so now, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So we are on chapter 71. Like I said, the last class.
Fatima said, can you unlock the women's side?
Can you go unlock the bathrooms? You know the keys for it?
We got the key.
No, it's a different.
We got the key.
You got the key? So what woman's side is she talking about? Upstairs? We're not upstairs. Nobody's going upstairs.
No, in the bathroom. You don't have the key. To the gate.
Y'all need to get the bathroom key. This way. No, it's small. It's a small key. Let me see your keys. Something like that. Something of that nature. I don't know. You're just gonna have to try it because even my key doesn't work on that bathroom over there. I don't know because they just fiddle around with it, inshallah. All right. So like I said in the last class, we finished the rights of the jar of the neighbor. So today, inshallah, we're starting from chapter 71, Bab al-Karam. Al-Karam here, it means like what? A sharaf. A sharaf, like, like your honor, your status, you as a person. This does not mean al-Karam, it means like al-Karam means like to be like giving and kind and generous with your wealth. This is not the type of Karam that this hadith is talking about. It's talking about al-Karam meaning a-sharaf. Nobility, honor, like that have that meaning. And you understand when we read the hadith, inshallah. So, alright. So, hadith number 129. حدثنا محمد بن سلام قال أخبرنا عبده عن عبيد الله عن سعيد بن أبي سعيد عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال سئل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أي الناس أكرم أكرمهم عند الله أتقاهم قالوا ليس عن هذا نسألك قال فأكرم الناس يوسف نبي الله ابن نبي الله ابن نبي الله ابن خليل الله قالوا ليس عن هذا نسألك قال فعن معادن العرب تسألوني قالوا نعم قال خياركم في الجاهلية خياركم في الإسلام إذا فقهوا or فقهوا. There's two different, and we'll go over that in a minute. Why you keep looking at me?
I think you missed the fa. فخياركم. Where is it? After قالوا
In
نعم.
the beginning.
No, in the very end. قالوا نعم قال فخياركم.
No, في خياركم.
Because you didn't say the fa.
Subhanallah. All right. So Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he reported that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked, "Ayyu nasi akram?" Like, who are the most noble of the people, the most honored, the most, the best of all the people? He said, "Akramuhum and Allahi atqahum." He said that the most honored people, the most noble people with Allah subhanahu wa taala are the people of taqwa. All right, the people of taqwa, and of course we know what taqwa means. It was what? Alright. Alright, and there's also another ta'rif from Talq ibn Habib, in which he said, تقوى أن تعمل بطاعة الله على نور من الله ترجو ثواب الله وأن تترك معصية الله على نور من الله تخاف عقاب الله. So this is a beautiful ta'rif also, because all of it goes back to two things. It goes back to carrying out the commands of Allah and staying away from His prohibitions. So he said, أن تعمل بطاعة الله, to act in the obedience of Allah obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ala nurin min Allah, with light from Allah, with knowledge. So your obedience is based on what? It's based on knowledge. It's not based on guessing. It's not based on like, oh, I feel like this is right. But you're doing the obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ala nurin min Allah, with light from Allah, with knowledge from Allah. Taraju thawab Allah, and you hope for the reward with Allah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you for that. وَأَن تَتْرُكَ مَعْصِيَةَ اللَّهِ, and to leave off the disobedience of Allah, ala nurin min Allah, also with knowledge of like, why this is haram, and this is haram. So not just doing it, again, it's not a guessing game, but it's based on knowledge. Ala nurin min Allah, takhafu iqab Allah, and you fear what? The punishment. All right. Iqab, it comes from the word aqaba, and aqaba means to do what? Aqaba means what?
The treaty.
Man, y'all, akhi, I'm telling y'all, see, alhamdulillah, you're doing good, because you know how angry I was today. But I mean, like we talk about, you guys sitting here talking about these tests of the Dajjal and everything. We're sitting here reading the hadith of the Prophet, and some KFC took your attention. You understand? Took your attention. While I'm asking questions, and KFC done took his attention.
No, I thought he was going to share with him.
Nah, don't worry about it. If he shares, he shares. Alhamdulillah. If he doesn't, he doesn't. We keep it moving. Akhi, that's not our business, huh? No. Nobody's going upstairs because they keep leaving those doors open, akhi. We're not opening up upstairs, khalas. Because the problem is they keep leaving those back doors open.
Oh.
Like 3 times they left the back doors open. I came here and Fajr, one on the left was open, one on the right was open. And now since we're not going up there, how are we going to know that it might be open for...
She just said that they don't want girls in there. Jamila. I said, we're not up there, we down here. And she said, they don't want girls in there. I said, oh, that's between y'all.
I mean, they're all sitting there watching it on the live stream.
No, she said they don't want girls in here.
I understand that, but I'm saying they're watching everything on the live stream anyway.
Oh.
And when these TVs right here, they don't pick up YouTube in the dowry room.
This TV pick upstairs, yeah.
No, I'm saying does it pick up YouTube?
In the dowry?
Yeah.
Yes.
So go and open up YouTube, open up the channel, and they can watch it live.
There's no remote.
Oh, there's no remote. You can do it on your phone. You can download the remote on your phone.
You know how to do it?
I don't have a phone.
That's what your family does. You can just download it from Google Play Store. Look at the type of phone.
The next time.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, inshallah. But I mean, if they're gonna go upstairs, we might as well all go upstairs because they're gonna go up there and turn on the AC, and that's the whole issue. So that's the whole issue in the first place.
Ain't nobody going up there but one person. Jamila?
Yeah, but she got to turn on the lights and turn on. You know, it's like 100-something degrees upstairs right now.
I'm not going upstairs.
All right. So that's the understanding, right? So it goes back to carrying out the commands of Allah and staying away from the prohibitions. All right. So that's what when they asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like, who are the most noble? You pay attention to his first answer, because the answer is what? The question was what? They didn't specify it. So every time that he answered, they said, no, we're not asking about this. And then he gets more specific. And then finally he asked them, so he can get the most specific to find out what they're asking about. But when they ask a very general question, he gave what? The number one answer. So the most noble in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most noble with Allah, the most honored people are the people of taqwa. It doesn't matter what your family, what family you come from, what your status is in the society. You could have in society, you could be the lowest of the low. You could be at the level of a street cleaner in Yemen. And I don't know if anybody knows, but like the street cleaners in Yemen are like the lowest of the low. Like khalas, the lowest. Like they can only marry amongst each other. Nobody's going to marry them.
What do you mean?
Street cleaners, the people that clean the streets.
The street sweepers?
Yeah, they got these people that do pick up all the garbage in Yemen. Yeah, so these are like the lowest of the low. But I'm saying you could be at that status in society, but you remain in the obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you stay away from his prohibitions. But with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're the most noble of all people. You're the most noble of that society. So don't worry about the status with the people. And that's the whole thing. People are trying to like constantly break their backs trying to fix their status with the people. But they're not fixing their status with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who cares what you are in front of the eyes of the people? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will raise you if he wants to raise you. But he raises you with knowledge, he raises you with righteous actions. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Inna Allah yarafa'u bihadha al-kitab aqwaman wa yada'u bihi what? Akhareen. So he said that, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raises up people with this book. Which is what? What book is he talking about? The Quran. That you get knowledge of the Quran. You get knowledge of, what the commands are, what the prohibitions are. He raises the people up with that knowledge and with the actions on that knowledge, right? And then وَيَضَعُ بِهِ what? آخَرِينَ. And he debases others based on the same book. Because of what? Them getting that knowledge but not acting on it, or not being concerned about it, or going in the opposite direction of where the commands tell them to go. So that raising and that karam and that sharaf and that nobility, it comes with what? With obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't come with what the people. Who cares about the people? You can have the highest status in the people. People bowing down at your feet. They bow down to Fir'aun. Well, you think you think Fir'aun, what do you think his status was with the people? But where is he?
Being punished.
Huh?
Being punished.
Yeah, he's right now in the grave getting punished. And now يُرَضُونَ عَلَيْهِمْ إِيش غدوا وعشيا
ويوم تقوم الساعة أدخلوا آل فرعون
أشد لذا. So like right now, the fire is like, they're being, like the fire is all around them in the graves. Sabahan wal masa'an, in the morning time and the evening time. And they're going through this every day. And of course we understand that the grave is not like here. There's not a 24-hour day in the grave. Like time is a whole different concept there. So you understand, so that's a huge punishment. To be sitting in that type of punishment all day, all throughout the day, but look at the status amongst the people. Look at all these people that went before, all these rulers and all these, the big rich people and all the people that who cares? In the end, it's all about what? Taqwa, your status with Allah. And that's that goes back to the hadith when the Prophet ﷺ mentioned about, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves a servant. And what did he say? He said, Inna Allah idha habba abdan nada li Jibril. Inna Allah yuhibbu fulanan fahbibhu. ثم ينادي جبريل في أهل السماء في الملائكة في السماء يقول إن الله يحب فلانا فأحبوه ثم يوضع له القبول في الدنيا. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he calls out to Jibril and he says that verily I love this servant, so you love him also. And then Jibril calls out to the other angels in the Sama in the skies. And he says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the servant, so all of you love him. You know, and then acceptance is placed for him in the earth. Acceptance for who? Amongst who?
The righteous.
Amongst the righteous people, not amongst everybody. Because most of the people are not going to accept him. Most of the people are going to reject him. Most of the people are going to fight against him. But acceptance amongst the people of khair, amongst the people of khair and righteousness and morality, those people accept him. And then he's beloved by those people, even though he might be hated by all. But he's beloved by Allah. He's beloved by all the angels of the sky. You know, all the angels of the seven heavens. And he's beloved by them. Who cares about your status in this dunya? So this, you know, this is a beautiful answer. Akramahum indallahi atqahum. Wallahi, if the people could focus on that so much. Then they said, Qalu, laysa an hadha nasaluk. It's not about this that we're asking you. He said, fa akramun nasi Yusuf. He said, and the most noble of all people is Yusuf. He's a prophet of Allah. Ibn al-Nabi'illah, so the son of a prophet of Allah. The son of a prophet of Allah. And the son of a Khalilillah, which is a Khalil, which is what?
Like a very, very close friend. The scholars of the Arabic language, they said that يعني there's hub, there's mawadda, and the khulla is like the top notch.
Yes, the top is above muhabba. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is where a lot of people make mistakes. They sit there, you know, and even Imam al-Tahawi, he put this in the Aqidat al-Tahawiyah, you know, and he mentions that Muhammad, like, you know, Ibrahim is the Khalilullah, and Muhammad is the Habibullah. Nah, I mean, look, I mean, we just said, I just gave you the hadith, right? Inna Allah idha habba abdan. You know, this is any servant. If he's doing the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded him to do and staying away from his prohibition, Allah loves him. Allah loves the muttaqeen. He loves the mutatahhirin. He loves these people. Alright, so to say that he's the Habibullah is like doing what?
Downgrading.
Yeah, you're downgrading his status with Allah. He's a Khalil. And we talked about this hadith before where the Prophet ﷺ said, you know, لو كنت, and he said, what?
إن الله اتخذني
إن
خليلا.
الله اتخذني خليلا كما اتخذ إبراهيم خليلا ولو كنت متخذا خليلا من أمتي لاتخذت أبو بكر خليلا ولكن in one narration he said ولكن صاحبكم what? خليل الله. And he mentioned this, and there's different wordings of the hadith in different narrations, but all the meanings are the same. You know, that he is a Khalil of Allah, only him and Ibrahim. And this is the most intimate friend that you have, the most intimate companion. You know, the one that you share everything with. This is your Khalil. You know, so this is a huge honor, you know, to have that title. And only two people have that title, Ibrahim and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I'm not accustomed to doing the tafniyah.
The hadith you mentioned, in Allah yarfa'u, to the end of it. That's the hadith of Umar in Sahih Muslim, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. So, for Akramun Nas, Yusuf Nabi Allah. So, again, he's talking about noble and what? Like, you know, if you look at his lineage of like who, he is a prophet, his father's a prophet, his grandfather's a prophet, and his great-grandfather is a Khalil. You know, it's like, can you get better than that? Like, you know, you want more noble than that? But then they said, what? قَالُوا لَيْسَ أَنْ هَذَا نَسَأَلُكَ. Not about this are we asking you. So then he said, قَالَ فَعَنْ مَعَادٍ الْعَرَبْ تَسْأَلُونِي. Now, ma'adin, it comes from the word ma'adin, which is what? Huh?
Hadith.
Nah, but the word ma'adin, it means asl al-shay. The asl of it. You know, what it goes back to, the foundation of it. So ma'adin al-Arab, the asul al-Arab, which means the qaba'il, or the hisab, or the ansab, or the lineage of the Arabs. He said, are you asking me about the tribes of the Arabs and their lineage and their, you know, and the noble tribes and who has the best, you know, the strongest lineage? Is that what you're asking me about? And you know, he said, قالوا نعم. And they said, yes. قال فخياركم في الجاهلية خياركم في الإسلام إذا. And like I said, there's two narrations, فقهوا وفقهوا. And we'll talk about the understanding here. So فخياركم, what? The best of them in Jahiliyyah, which means the what? The people that had the most status, like they were from the top ranking tribes, you know, like Quraysh and Bani Hashim, like they were from the top. So that lineage, if they had that lineage in Jahiliyyah, then they'll remain noble in Islam as long as what? Yeah, that they have an understanding of the deen and they have knowledge of the deen. And that's where it goes back to faqahu or faqihu. Alright, so faqahu, to understand. And faqihu, what? Yeah, to get knowledge. To have knowledge of something, to go out, you know. So the point is like here, when you say this, either one, to have an understanding of the deen requires knowledge, and to get knowledge. And so they both really technically mean the same thing, even though they don't exactly, but they do. All right, so basically, if the person gets knowledge, then he'll maintain that noble status. But if he doesn't have knowledge and he just comes into this deen and he's just somebody, you know, some ami or whatever, then khalas. You know, so basically, what he's saying is what? That the real status and the real nobility in this deen, no matter what your lineage is with what? It's with knowledge. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can take a person again that's from the most, you know, the most what? I mean, like the lowest of society, this person gets knowledge and the people will treat him like a king. And we've seen this. We've seen this. Go read through the tarajim of the tabi'een and you see how many tabi'een were freed slaves. Were freed slaves, akhi. You know, freed slaves. I mean, you know, they come from what? I mean, can you come from, you know, where's the nobility in that, right? But Allah raised them with knowledge, with righteous actions and everything. And until they, you know, they became the people that everybody went back to. So don't ever, like I said, don't be concerned about your status with the people. You know, that raising and that, you know, raising and dropping, that's with Allah. It's not with the people. The people can't raise you if Allah doesn't raise you. And they can't debase you, and you know, unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala debases. All of that is biyadillah. It's not biyadillah. It's not within the power of the people to do that. So stop searching for that with the people. But that's what people do nowadays. You see all these people on YouTube, they want to be all dramatic and do all what? To do what? To get more followers so he can feel like he's got more status and now he's got more importance. Okay, who cares? Who cares? I mean, you've got 2 or 3 people. Oh no, you don't. No, that score's got to come up here. That's got to come up here. That's.
I have to take one. You want it? I have no idea. I seen you down on it, so I was like,
Hey, that's for y'all to take home.
Nah, these aren't like.
Then whatchamacallit?
Well, then tell this guy to stop stealing them. Over sticky fingers over here.
Sticky fingers, who's that?
You.
Oh.
All right. So the main thing, like, the people should focus on what? Focus on knowledge. Focus on getting right with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Focus on raising your status with Allah. You know, forget the people. You know, like I said, that's nothing we can change with the people anyways. All right, we're going to read one more hadith. Or now, inshallah, we'll stop here. From Adab and Mufrad. There's like maybe 2 or 3 questions from yesterday. I ain't going to say nothing. So I wrote them down because I went back and read through the chat and I was like just, because you know, the problem is when the chat is going, it's going so fast, I think we can't keep up with all this stuff, you know. So, because people typing stuff and then we got to go back and look for the questions. So I'll take these like one by one, but I want to see, okay, all right, so Shahir is here. So Shahir, Imran, yesterday you asked the first question. And you said, could you please elaborate on why belief in a third mukallaf, which is a third species that is mukallaf, it means what? That they're going to be held to account for their actions, that they're held responsible for their actions. So there's only 2 species, the ins and the jinn, that are mukallaf. That means that, you know, the messages come to us, and we have to obey it. If we obey it, we go to Jannah. We disobey it, we go to hellfire. So that's the taklif. So he said, why is it, like, you know, could you please elaborate on why belief? Because I said that belief in any third mukallaf is kufr. And anybody that says that is, you know, is left the deen. Because, and I will explain why Imran, or Shahir Imran, is because you are saying if there's a third species, an aliens, like let's say aliens, and they're outer space, did the Prophet ﷺ go to them and give them dawah? Do we have any hadith where he went and spoke to aliens? So then now you're saying that there's a third species that's mukallaf, that the Prophet ﷺ did not give dawah to. So what does that mean? You're saying that the Prophet didn't do his job. Because, he's for all, he's not for all mankind. See, all the people keep saying, no, what? He's only for all mankind. But he's for all the thaqalain, for the jinn wal ins. He went and he gave dawah to the jinn, and he gave dawah to the humans. So everybody, from the jinn and mankind, is an obligation on them to follow him. Huh? Yeah. That's it. Those two things. I mean, obviously the malaika, that's a different story, because they're created to only be in obedience to Allah. That's their creation. The angels. Yeah. So, but the only ones that have this aql and this taklif are the humans and the jinn. So if you now say that there's a third species, now you're saying that now a new messenger has to come so that he can give the message to these aliens. Akhi, nah, taqillah, akhi, that's kufr. That's kufr. Now, I'm not saying that the jinn aren't playing with people. I'm pretty sure the jinn mess with people and sit there and probably make the people think that they're aliens and stuff like that. It's possible. I mean, we can't prove that, but I'm just saying that's possible. It's not mustaba'ad, for sure. So, but to sit here and say that there's an actual third species that's mukallaf, because that's not in the Quran, that's not in the Sunnah. So now, so that means, how is, now we have to deal with a third species, but Allah didn't tell us about them. And the Prophet ﷺ didn't tell it, but he told us about everybody. He told us about the jinn. There's a surah in the Quran about the jinn. Why isn't there a surah in the Quran about aliens? Come on, man. Nah, that's kufr. It's kufr. That's it. Whatever we need to know, we know. Whoever was mukallaf, the message, khalas, was given to them. All right, either directly or indirectly. All right, hidden gems. I asked a question yesterday. Please give tips on starting the Arabic language, Fusha. How does one go about it and start? And I'll keep saying that. He said, I don't have anything local. He lives in Australia. You get audios from Al-Husari, and you start focusing on memorizing the Quran. And to start with that first. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. And one of the brothers in the chat, he mentioned Abdul Hakim. Abu Rayhana's from Print to Practice. He's got a Telegram page, and that's what he's doing. He's focused on teaching the people Arabic for the beginners. He's got a YouTube channel, and he's got a Telegram page, so that's another option for people. And I don't know how I'm pretty sure he interacts with the people. So people who actually maybe have participated in his lessons can probably say that more, like how the class is and all that. But yeah, that's another option. All right, Abu Duj. Is it necessary to memorize Alfiyat ibn Malik, or will Ajramiyah suffice? It's up to you, Akhi. As far as sufficing, as far as your knowledge of Nahu, it depends on how far you want to go. All right, if you want to go deep in the Arabic language, then you're going to have to get Alfiyat. It's not necessary you memorize it, but you definitely need to go to Ibn Aqil, and you need to memorize all the ta'rifat and all the qawaid and all. That's the main thing that you have to memorize. Alfiyah, the whole point of memorizing Alfiyah is to remind you of those qawaid, but you still have to memorize the qawaid in the end. So it doesn't really matter if you memorize this and that, or you just memorize just the qawaid, just the rules of of Nahu. It doesn't matter what you choose to do, but you have to do one of them. I mean, like I said, Alfiyah is good because it keeps that in your mind. Whenever you forget the rules, Alfiyah, the poem, it will remind you. And you can remember, okay, he means this rule, and then it will pop in your mind. So it's good for that purpose. Now, as far as any questions now, I don't know. Those are the 3 questions from yesterday. And everybody, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I guess Shahir, he asked this question again, and I just answered it, so it fell off. So we can, they want some KFC. Did you give them some?
Who?
You know who? I guess.
That was my plate. I ain't ate nothing today.
They said it in the chat. It's right there in the chat. I want some KFC.
I gave Hussein some, and I gave Denaya some. That's it.
No KFC for you. Sorry.
My wife didn't wait until I took off to go eat. I said, wow.
But yeah, just let them know too. We didn't take that class today, inshallah. We're gonna do it tomorrow.
Oh, my wife?
Yeah, because I said we're gonna take the class today, They were asking about like a certain issue in Kitab al-Tawheed,
Oh,
and I
okay.
said we're gonna do it today,
Okay.
but we didn't do it today. We'll do it
Okay,
tomorrow,
sure.
inshallah. Yeah.
Except to Eid.
No, I was busy cooking, doing all this other stuff, and we didn't get out the house, and we
What'd
just
you
got,
cook?
huh?
What'd you cook?
Navy beans and rice and
Wow,
chicken.
that sounds good.
But of course, they're not called navy beans in California. They're called small white beans.
Oh, lima beans.
No, navy beans.
Navy beans, the little ones?
Yeah, the small white beans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause they're good, man. They got a lot of protein in them.
Yeah, it is.
Go on, man. Give me some questions, man. I didn't fire
You said you're
Nah, I
fired.
didn't. I was joking.
Alright, I'm rehired. I got my job back. So I'll get a raise.
You got your job back?
Ammar Mubarak says, can I stop talking to my younger brothers if they are below age of puberty, I think, but old enough to understand and they keep disrespecting me? Not distracting.
Actually, if you can't deal with your little brother distracting you and disrespecting you, what are you gonna do with your life, man? Seriously. Are you gonna sit there, everybody that causes you like this type of pain, you got that's the whole point of growing up and maturing, is learning how to deal with people. You can't just keep cutting people off because you have some personal conflict with them. You know, it's just the bottom line. Akhi, we're like how many billions of people on this earth, and none of us are the same. None of us. People are good, people are nice, people smile, people are, just complete, bad words. I can't even think of a good word to say about most people. But the point is that, what are you gonna do? That's the whole point about, being in this society and living. You think all this, look what the Prophet ﷺ had to deal with when he was dealing with people. He had to deal with the Sahaba that are, good and doing. He had to deal with the Bedouins coming and ripping at his thobe and doing all this type of stuff. But he still dealt with everybody fairly. You can't deal with your brothers. What are you gonna do with life?
Because I'm an older brother myself with two younger brothers. Can I say something? Regarding Ammar Mubarak, Akhi, if you want your little brother, take it from me, someone who has two little brothers, and they at one point caused me a lot of stress. Especially since they haven't hit puberty, as per your question. If you really want to win the heart of your brothers by the permission of Allah, first, don't yell at them without necessity. Like, don't be mean to them, even if they disrespect you. Second, buy them like food here and there. And don't raise your voice. Don't try to be, your big boss. If they see you as someone, if they pray and you invite them to prayer, sooner or later they're going to give in to you. And then next thing, you could tell them anything about the religion, literally anything about the religion, and they'll accept it. And that, I use that for my little brothers. And now anytime I give them da'wah, they accept it.
Yeah, the bean pie beans. The bean pie beans.
Yeah.
Your family wrote
The
that.
neighbor.
Regarding,
I'm Fatima.
No, your family.
Yeah, that's what the bean pie is made of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said the bean pie beans.
Yeah.
So navy beans or the bean pie beans.
And you know what she do?
Huh?
She sit there and pull the hull off of each bean.
You serious? Pull it off, or why don't you just?
She hull the beans.
Why don't you just soak them, pull it off, and then
She
re-dry them?
She do. She soak them
Yeah.
and then take the hulls off.
Yeah, and then just let them dry back out, or just grinds them up.
No, she grind them up from
Yeah.
there. She don't like the hole in there. I said, baby, you actually do that? I said, no wonder you get mad if people buy your food and then don't eat it all. I used to tell her, man, you can't get mad if somebody buy your food and don't eat it all. They didn't want it. They bought it. They gave you what you wanted.
Which, by the way, I think it's about time for one of those bean pies. I forgot. Because we've just been so caught up with everything, I forgot that she even sold the bean pies.
Mm-hmm.
I just forgot,
Yeah, she gotta like you to make it. You probably in the car with that. If you ain't one of the likables, she ain't finna make no beans.
wait, Ammar Mubarak, he says, just to add on, he said, Hamza, I yell at them 5 times a day. You have to stop. You have to stop yelling at them. Be their friend. Like, be a good big brother of a friend. In that case, you can win their hearts by the permission of Allah. But if you go and you try to act like the big boss, they're just gonna run away from you.
You know who yells every time they get angry?
Who?
Women.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Most definitely. You got that coming.
See, when
Even
I
the
was,
ones that talk silent.
my mother, she used to have to yell. My father, he just said, "Boy, one more time," and that was it. That was it.
That sounds like my dad.
We'd be like, "You got Dad, you got a week of silence," then we're gonna start up again.
One strike.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. One warning. One warning, boy. Cause ain't nothing like that leather belt hitting Jill, hitting the skin, boy. There ain't nothing that will quiet a child up very, very fast. Cause they used to have a saying back in the South, back in the old days. Cause you kids, you guys are, man. Wallahi, man.
Phone call.
Yeah, I don't.
No, I got.
No, I'm saying they used to have a saying in the South, which is what kids are meant to be seen, not to be heard.
Oh yeah.
Basically sit back there and shut up.
Shut up.
You're just here so the people can see you. Oh, those are nice. You got kids, but you're not meant to talk. The only thing that we were allowed to say in the company of people, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. That's it. You start giving your life story, you get this look. Wait till we get home. And then my life ended. It's like that's it. There's the end of my life story. We got home. Now you guys got it good, man. You got it good.
I used to get hit, not just with the belt, but with the middle part of the belt. I remember I would get hit so hard. The mehwash. You know what a mehwash is, huh? It's about asid. It would break. So you know what a mehwash is, right? It's this wooden. You know what asid is? It's like this Yemeni food, kind of.
It's a big wooden spoon.
It's a big,
real big wooden, like a big one.
I would get hit so hard, it would just snap.
By your father?
Yeah.
Alright. So now to Balugh Maram, inshallah. Alright, hadith number, because we're going to have to take about 3. Let me see, 1032. 1032. 1032.
Good to say. Good to say.
Is that Hamza? What did you do?
Alright. وعن جابر بن قال الحافظ ابن حجر رحمه الله وعن جابر بن عبد الله رضي الله عنهما أن النبي. See, we need to get the clock down here because I keep looking up.
903.
I keep looking over there, but there's no clock here because I got accustomed to upstairs where the clock is.
I'll get you one down there.
Now there's a clock inside that little room.
Where?
Well, we can't hang it up there because there's no point in hanging it over here because Suleiman, he's going to come in here and do the installation and put up some drywall on this. So we'll probably have to hang it up over on this side.
You going to put up drywall here?
To get it insulated because that's all metal. You see all those are metal posts.
Okay, yeah.
So just to get the temperature. I mean, he's not going to do it like tomorrow, but I'm saying that's
losing energy.
Yeah, it keeps this place like nice and insulated and cool. Yeah. And also it won't be so cold in the wintertime because you get those metal posts and it's going to start producing a lot of cold and when it gets cold. All right. So on Jabir ibn Abdullah, where am I at?
Which hadith number?
No, 1032. Huh? What's that?
I think you missed where I'm Al-Qamata.
Wait, I got it. That's my book. Yeah, right here. No, that's not my book. You just grab, I have 2 Balugh Marams, right? I have one that I teach from and one that I read. You got the one that I read. No, just use it.
No, you skipped the hadith.
Well, how did I skip a hadith?
وعن علقمة عن ابن مسعود رضي الله عنه.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Alright, so 1031. وعن علقمة عن ابن مسعود رضي الله عنه أنه سئل عن رجل تزوج امرأة ولم يفرض لها صداقة ولم يدخل بها حتى مات فقال ابن مسعود لها مثل صداق نسائها لا وقص ولا شطط وعليها العدة ولها الميراث فقام معقل بن سنان الأشجعي فقال قضى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في البروع بنت واشق امرأة منا مثل ما قضيت ففرها بها ابن مسعود رضي الله عنه رواه أحمد والأربعة وصححه والترمذي وحسنه جماعة. Hadith is Sahih. Alright, this is what, 1/3 is 31, right? Yeah. Alright. So he said, this is reported from Ibn Mas'ud. He said that he was asked about a man, he married a woman. Alright, he married a woman, وَلَمْ يُفْرُضْ لَهَا صَدَاقًا. He didn't specify what her mahar is going to be. Now, this shows the permissibility of marrying the woman with the intentions of what? You're going to give her mahar, you're going to give her the dowry, but you go ahead and you get married now and you say, whatever, I'll give it to you, whatever you want, just we'll agree with this later on. But it shows the permissibility of getting married before you give the woman the dowry, or even before you even agree on what the dowry is. So he said, وَلَمْ يُفْرُضْ لَهَا صَدَاقًا وَلَمْ يَدْخُلُ بِهَا. But he didn't have any relations with her. Like they were married, they were officially married, but they hadn't agreed on the mahar at the time, and at this time he also had not had any relations with her, even though they were married. Hatta mat, and then he died. So now we have an issue, right? So he got married, didn't mention the mahar, how much the dowry is, and he died before he had relations with her. So what to do? What's the situation? فقال Ibn Mas'ud. So then Ibn Mas'ud said that she has مثل صداق نسائها, like whatever the custom of the women is, for their dowry, and she's gonna get that. That's her right. So whatever the custom is, that's what she gets. لا وقص ولا وقص ولا وقص ولا شطط. Waqs, it means la nuqsan, that there will be no, that it won't be reduced. Like she'll get exactly what the other women get, not less, not anything less. Wala shatat, wala jawr, and there's no oppression, with no decrease and no oppression. She'll get exactly what the other women get. All right. Then he said, wa alayha al-idda, and she has what? She has to go through the idda period. The idda period of what?
4 months. She gotta go
Yeah, because her husband, because he died.
Oh, yeah. But she didn't have no...
Doesn't matter. She got the iddah. Wala hal miraf. And she gets the what? She gets the inheritance. And she inherits from it.
Oh, they never
But it's not because... But they never did it, not because he didn't like her. He just died before he could, got the opportunity. So, yeah. Just like if you're overseas, like say that you get married overseas, all right, you're overseas and you want to get married, right? And you have the marriage, it's official now.
Right.
Now you're coming over on the plane to be with your wife and the plane crashes.
Okay.
So you're gonna, what fault of that is of her, Yeah, because she's married you, she had every intention of being with you and staying with you, but you just died before. So no, she gets everything, So she gets the inheritance. فقام معقل بن سنان الأشجعي. So in Ma'qal he stood up and he said, I heard the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he ruled the exact same way that you ruled, because Ibn Mas'ud, he's looking at the issue and he's doing this based off what? His knowledge. Mm-hmm. And then Ma'qal, he said, I heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say just like this with the issue that came up with the Barawa. All right. So he said, Imrata minna, and she's a woman from amongst us, and the Prophet ﷺ gave the same ruling. Mithla ma qadayt, just like what you did. فَفَرِحَ بِهَا Ibn Mas'ud, and then you see Ibn Mas'ud, he got happy. He was happy. Why was he happy?
Because he told what the Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah, because the ruling that he gave, based on the knowledge that he knew, was exactly the way that the Prophet ﷺ gave it. And similar to like sometimes when somebody asks you about a question, and you give the answer, but sometimes you're like, I'm not exactly sure. Then you go to one of the ulama, you look at like Sheikh bin Baz, and you look and you see that Sheikh bin Baz gave the exact same answer. Makes you happy, like, oh, alhamdulillah, mashallah, I said the same as Sheikh bin Baz,
That happened to me all the time.
Yeah, so I mean, but now imagine that when somebody tells you that the Prophet ﷺ said the exact same thing, so it would make you even more excited. Yeah. So he said, "Imanatu minna, mithla ma qadayt." فَفَرِحَ بِهَا Ibn Mas'ud. So he was happy about this news, and this is reported in Ahmed, the Musnad of Imam Ahmed and Tirmidhi, and the hadith is authentic. So it shows that the woman, if the husband dies, before they have relations, that this is what she gets. She has the waiting period of the woman whose husband died.
So basically everything the same.
Yeah, because like I said, it wasn't something that prevented her. She was ready. Everything was there and everything was official, but
it was off with intention.
Yeah, but they were officially married. What's your question?
So when Ibn Mas'ud, radiallahu anhu, when he mentioned the first part. So the first part was his ijtihad, and then he found out that his ijtihad was according to the sunnah, correct? So at first, his ijtihad was, his answer at first was ijtihad. Second, then he found out that it was according to an hadith. Okay. Is the majority of Musnad ibn Ahmad sahih? This question is from me, not from the chat.
I don't know. The majority of it?
Like, is يعني الغالب?
No, of course, the majority of it's going to be sahih. But I mean, that doesn't mean that there's not a lot of. You got to keep in mind that Musnad Imam Ahmad is 27,000 hadiths. So, I mean, the majority of it's going to be sahih. I mean, the majority of, like, Ibn Majah would be sahih. You know, and Ibn Majah is the weakest of all the, the 9 books of hadith. Ibn Majah is the weakest of them all. But the majority of it, you're going to find a lot of the hadith that you find in Bukhari and Muslim, you're going to find them in Ibn Majah. The problem with Ibn Majah is the hadith that you only find in Ibn Majah. The majority of those are hadith that you only find in Ibn Majah. The majority of them are weak. But, the vast majority, you're going to see Bukhari, Muslim. You're going to see those hadith. Same thing with like Sunan Abi Dawud. You see a lot of hadith that are da'if, but not the majority though. No. All right.
Questions?
No. Hadith 1032. وعن جابر بن عبد الله رضي الله عنهما أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من أعطى في الصداقة امرأة سويقا أو تمرا فقد استحل. All right, so here Jabir ibn Abdullah, he reported that the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever gives a sadaq to a woman, whether it's sawiqan or tamaran, even if they own it, right, so whoever gives the dowry to the woman, even if it's sawiq. Sawiq is like a... Yeah, I'll start. What's up? Wait a second. Wait till we finish this. Alright, sawiq is like you take like a... you can take like the flour of whole wheat or the flour of like oat flour or something, and you mix it up and you make this like, I guess it's like a type of porridge. So something, it's like a type of food that they make. If they give her this or even give her dates, then he called istihal. What does istihal mean?
Something became halal.
Yeah, like she's become halal for him. So now he can go to her because, so this hadith is da'if anyways, but as far as the hadith, it's Sunan Abi Dawud. Which one is this? 1032. So it's Sunan Abi Dawud. It says from the tariq of Musa ibn Muslim, ibn Ruman, and Abi Zubair and Jabir. So the hadith says in Sunan Abi Dawud, it mentions that the hadith is narrated from Musa ibn Muslim, and that was a mistake. All right, there was a mistake, and it's not Musa ibn Muslim, it's Salih ibn Muslim. And Salih ibn Muslim is and this is a statement of Al-Hafiz ibn Hajar. All right, he said that the correct one is what? Salih ibn Muslim, not Musa ibn Muslim. So it was a mistake even in the book itself. All right, and that person is da'if. So the hadith itself is da'if. But the meaning of it is correct. All right, so the mahar does not have to be money. All right, so this goes to show whatever the people agree on. And the mahar can be something that's hissi. It can be something that's ma'nawi. Hissi, it means it can be something physical. She wants a book. She wants money. She wants clothes. She wants gold. This is something what? Physical, something concrete. Or it could be ma'nawi, which means something that's abstract. Like with the man with the Prophet ﷺ, he married him based on what he knew from the Quran. It's not something that she can hold in her hands, but this is something that and he told him to teach her what you know from the Quran. So this is ma'nawi. All right, so this is something that is abstract. So all of this can be from the mahar. And it's from amongst the concrete things. It could be food, or it could be anything. So in this case, the meaning of the hadith is correct, even though the hadith is so. And that's if it's marfu'. Even Abu Dawud, as you see here, وَأَخْرَجَ أَبُو دَاوُود وَأَشَارَ إِلَى تَرْجِيحِ وَقْفِهِ. He says that the stronger opinion is that this is a statement of Jabir. It's not a statement of the Prophet ﷺ, because in the chain of narration going back to the Prophet ﷺ is weak. It's weak. All right, 1033, because all of these are connected. عن عبد الله بن عامر بن ربيعة عن أبيه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال أجاز نكاح امرأة على نعلين أخرجه الترمذي وصححه وخلف في ذلك. Hadith ضعيف. All right, this one is also what? ضعيف. This is 1033. So this hadith is munkar. All right. أخرجه الترمذي من طريق عاصم بن عبد الله عن عبد الله بن عامر به. عاصم munkar al-hadith. هو munkar al-hadith. This hadith is ضعيف. But the meaning is what? That the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said he what?
Meaning is sahih, right?
I haven't even got to that. Hold on.
Oh, because you said the meaning is that.
No, I said the meaning of the hadith because I haven't translated it yet.
Oh.
So ajaza, what does ajaza mean? He allowed it, like to allow it. All right, ajaza nikah imra'atan. So he allowed the marriage of a woman ala na'alain. You know, and the dowry is 2 sandals. All right, 2 sandals. I mean, you know, like I said, the hadith is da'if, but the meaning of it being allowed, we can't say that the meaning is sahih because it says ajaz an-nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, but as far as if a person offered 2 sandals, that's all he had was like 2 sandals for the mahar, and she accepted that, khalas, then the marriage is valid. Yes, it's valid. All right, and the hadith number 1034 also da'if. All right. وعن سهل بن سعد رضي الله عنهما قال زوج النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم رجلا امرأة بخاتم من حديد أخرجه الحاكم وهو طرف من حديث الطويل المتقدم في أوائل النكاح. And no, it's not. All right, this hadith is what? ضعيف, munkar. And why is it munkar? Because he didn't marry the man بخاتم من حديد. What did he marry him with? Well, he married him with what he had from the Quran. So this is in Mustadrak al-Hakim, and the hadith is da'if. Alright, so it's munkar أخرجه الحاكم من طريق عبد الله ibn Mus'ab الزبيري عن ابن حازم عن سهل بن سعد. And Abdullah ibn Mus'ab ضعيف ضعفه يحيى بن معين. And also the meaning is incorrect because like we talked about, if you go back to the original hadith that was mentioned before, is that he married the man off with what he had from the Quran. He didn't marry him khatam min hadith. He asked him, he said, you know, he told him to go search for something, even if it was a khatam min hadith, but he couldn't find that. So it's not the correct narration. All right.
Wait,
I think that's it.
So what's the difference between da'if and da'if munkar?
Munkar is more severe.
So munkar is not da'if, but it's another category.
Oh, it is da'if.
So it's da'if.
No, I'm saying it could be da'if, but like you're talking about when you say that it's munkar, it's like khalas, now it's like severely da'if. Yeah. All right. So, but I mean the main thing, actually, like I just wanted to get all these hadith out of the way because all of them were weak except for the first one. And so, but the point is that whatever the dowry is, whether it's something that's concrete, or something that's abstract, whatever it is, then that's it. I mean, if you go up to the woman and you say, all I have is this scoreboard, and she accepts that, khalas, that marriage is valid. And you know, if the wali is there and that's it, khalas, it's game over. You know, if all the conditions are in place, then the marriage is valid.
Regarding the conditions of the marriage, does the wali have to agree on the meher, or could just the girl agree on the meher?
Well, that's gonna be between them.
Let's say the girl asks for, I don't know, something, tafsir ibn kathir. And then the father says, no, I don't agree. But the girl agrees.
What are you gonna do if you disagree?
No, what's the ruling on?
I'm saying, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. Convince him? You're like, Ammo, listen, you know, Ibn Kathir.
That's his daughter,
His daughter.
That's what I'm saying. You know, you're gonna sit there and tell a man what he should do with his own daughter? In the end, whatever he tells you, that's what you're gonna be paying. Khalas. That's the father. She's not gonna go against her father.
Regarding gold.
If she goes against her father, honestly, if I was gonna marry a girl and she says, oh, I just want Bukhari, but my father says he wants this and this and this, I'm gonna fight him. Oh no, you ain't, because I'm not gonna marry you. You just went against your father, and then she's gonna rebel against you once you get married. Nah, but I mean, if she's a good woman, she has respect for her father, and she knows, no, this is what my father said, this is what we're gonna do, and that's the woman that you want to marry. But if she's gonna be rebellious against him, she's gonna be more rebellious against you. So, you just whatever he in the end, that's what you're gonna pay.
It's very common in Yemeni culture that girls ask for gold, especially here in America.
Are you reading from here? Or you just
No, this is because I'm adding on to something you said because the question.
man, you used to no.
No, because I'm gonna forget.
No, read the questions from here because you told Muhammad Fatima. You said we're not answering your questions here because you can ask them. Yeah, what did he say before? Because you can ask your questions whenever you want.
No,
that was
last year.
Nah, that was last month. And then what did she say? Ha ha. Period.
That was before.
Nah, you asked the questions from here. I told you, everybody's getting the same treatment. You remember that? He skipped all her questions. Oh, no, she can ask anytime she wants.
30 شخص.
Huh?
30 شخص الشريك.
32.
I'm going to answer this question real fast. Is the marriage valid if there's no dowry? The dowry is wajib. It's wajib. I mean, give her something. It doesn't matter. Like I said, here, take this. You know, give her one of those little candy rings, whatever, but you have to give her something. You have to give her something. That's wajib. It's an obligation. Cracker Jack ring, candy ring, whatever. All right, but you got to give her something. Yeah. Hamid Jamal, he got caught.
And he's doing the emoji.
He got caught.
Someone typed that.
Him. Oh, he's laughing at him. Yeah, because he's trying to like answer, get all his questions asked, but he don't want to ask their questions.
Noor said, "Can a woman take pictures and send them online wearing niqab?"
Huh?
Can a woman take pictures and send them online wearing a niqab?
No. Send them online to who?
Like I think post on their Instagram story.
Why would you do that?
Not me. I wouldn't do that.
Man, look.
I don't even post myself.
These girls, they sit there and post their pictures on Instagram. Oh, look at me, look at me, look at me. Then y'all end up with the iron and then you want to go cry about it. You know, whatever happens to you, that's your fault.
What's the niqab? The hijab?
You know, the face covering.
Oh.
But niqab this part of hijab.
What's the point of like putting on a niqab and then you go post your pictures all over Instagram? Do you see my question? No, I don't. You're gonna have to ask it again.
من المسلمين الحمد لله رب العالمين says, what does mukallaf mean?
We spoke about that. Mukallaf, it means a person who's obligated, you know, to follow the messenger. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He's held responsible for his actions. Because a person, like for example, a person who's gone crazy, he's lost his mind. He's not mukallaf. Khalas. He's, you know, or a child who's not reached the age of puberty. He's not mukallaf. He's not responsible for his actions. The parents are. So, you know, so, I mean, that's what it means. So once you reach that age of puberty, now you're responsible for your actions. As long as you have your mind, khalas.
So that would make you mukallaf.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you start answering. And those angels start writing down your bad actions, your good actions and your bad actions. That you know, that writing starts. So
Jakarti says, Sheikh Muqbil, rahimahullah, gave da'wah to the jinn.
yeah, there's an audio online.
What does that mean?
He gave a muhadara. He gave a talk to the jinn.
Like how?
He said, this is to the jinn. What do you mean how? He gave it.
Isn't that haram to say?
Well, how is it haram to say? The Prophet ﷺ went out and gave da'wah to the jinn.
No, because the Prophet ﷺ is different than Muqbil because
The jinn are sitting here right now, right? So if I wanted to sit here and say, and this is my advice to the jinn, is that haram?
I don't know.
No, I'm saying, is it haram? Right now, I say right now, You know that there's jinn students of knowledge right now. And I say, okay, this is my advice to the jinn. Huh?
But how would we know the
Wouldn't
students
that
of
be?
knowledge?
Wouldn't that be?
Well, why would they be in the masjid with them studying Bukhari, would they?
Well, Allah A'lam. Because this is
You gotta come with some evidence
No,
first.
this is ilm al-ghayb.
No, but they're mukallaf, and you know that they're here.
I mean, I don't know if they're.
I mean, we don't know if no. Trust me, in Damaj, when there's like thousands of humans there, you know that there's gonna be jinn also there doing, studying, and maybe other ones doing other things for other purpose. But the point is, you know that there's gonna be jinn there, just like you're gonna know that there's gonna be jinn here. There's probably maybe one or two sitting around here studying right now. And, so if I wanted to sit here and say like, okay, my advice to the jinn, this, and this, and this, what's the problem? So you making car on it, but none of the ulama did.
I'm not saying they never
Don't
did.
keep
I'm just
running
saying
out
that's
that
a door.
boy.
That's a line I just won't. Yeah, I mean.
He's not doing favors for him. He's not slaughtering sheep for him. He's just giving them advice. He's not talking to them personally. He's not like the jinn are appearing in his house, out of a genie bottle or something. No, he's giving them advice. And jinn are all over the place. What are you gonna do? I mean, they're way imagine our numbers. The jinn are way more than us. Way more than us. So yeah, of course. I mean, there's no doubt.
Jinn been here longer than us, right?
They live longer than us, and they've been here longer than us. Yeah. According to Ibn Kathir, they were here first.
Wait, as for they live longer than us, would you mind? We just want to know like the dalil for that they live longer. We know that shaitan lives longer than humans. That's for the average jinn, how do we know that they live longer than humans?
Go talk to them. You'll find out.
I'm not talking to no jinn.
You have to if you're going to be reading on people.
No, but we know that the jinn lie.
Huh?
That they lie.
Not the believers.
Well,
See, there you go, man.
how would we know they're
All the
believers?
jinn
though?
lie. No, the shayateen lie.
But we wouldn't know if they're a truly believer. No, that ilm is not with us.
Read the next question.
So the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that his jinn had submitted because all he did was right.
It's Qareen.
It's Kareem?
Yeah, there's a jinn attached to everybody.
Right.
Yeah, and that this is the Qareen. That basically goes
So
on.
basically all the pious deeds and stuff that
Well, no,
he did,
his-
jinn didn't have nothing to do with
Oh, his
it.
became Muslim. Yeah.
It had nothing to do but submit.
That's what I'm saying. The people have a jinn attached to them Muslim. So you already got yours and his, and everybody got one in here right now.
Yeah,
They're
they
here.
work on you too.
So
real tough.
I give them advice so that they act right with you. Good. Yeah. Otherwise, they start motivating you to do evil acts. But no, you give them advice. Go ahead.
Anonymous says, does Anas include the jinn?
Does what?
Anas.
No. Nas is one creation and jinn is another creation. I told you when you talk about the two creations, it's a thaqalan. A thaqalan because they're thaqil, because they have the taklif.
And Nas, I thought that was, and Nas is who?
No, and Nas is the people, mankind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Nas, yeah.
Yeah, but whenever you talk about the jinn and the ins together, you say a thaqalan.
Talk online?
A thaqalan. This comes from a thiqal. A thiqal, it means to be heavy. Because they're heavy with taklif. Yeah.
A says, can we kill ants in our house?
Man, look. Well, no. But I mean, the killing of ants, the Prophet prohibited the people from killing ants. But, I'm going to tell you what Fareed told me. Because I talked to this about the same issue about Fareed. He said, yeah, you're right. But he said, if I ever see an ant crawling on the bed, and it's next, because how can I do like Fareed's way of talking? He said, if I see an ant, and he's on the bed next to my daughter, I'm going to squish that thing. Yeah. That's what he said. So I'm going to squish that. He's like, yeah, of course. If it's an ant just out and about, you don't kill him.
Yeah.
But if it's causing you harm, like us, we had about a whole fire ant infestation, and now my whole legs and everything all bit up. Nah, we killed them things, man. We killed them.
Got rid of them with what?
Huh?
With what?
Nah, we didn't. We got them out the house.
Oh.
with the Dawn and you mix the Dawn dish soap with water.
Oh, okay.
It kills them like right. No, there's something about the Dawn. It like sucks all the oxygen out of them, and they can't. Cause you can just spray water, they don't drown. They'll live.
Yeah.
But Dawn, it just knocks them out right.
It's got that gel in it, probably.
Yeah. So.
Okay, that's like somebody got shot.
All right. You can't talk to me.
And she said she re-asked the question. I don't know.
Anonymous says, Ustad, are credit cards a necessity in North America? How would one book flights?
Say what?
Are credit cards a necessity in North America? How would one book flights?
They're not a necessity.
You will fuck with debit card, right?
You just buy the ticket ahead of time.
Like at the airport or even
No,
with a debit card, right?
I'm saying you pay with a debit card. You don't need a credit card.
To book a
I mean, you don't even need that. You don't even need a credit card. I think you can go to any supermarket, find out how much the flight costs, and you can get one of those temporary Visa cards.
Oh, yeah.
And you can go online and pay with that. And what it does is whatever money you put on that card, that's what you got.
Make it active.
And then you can go and buy online with that card. That way it costs. And once it's finished, it's done. You just get rid of the card. Yeah.
Guy says, Dajjal would be held accountable on Yom al-Qiyamah, of course, right?
Question, Joe.
Like, would the Dajjal be held accountable for what he's going
I don't know any hadith about it. But I mean, he's a human, so
And he knows what he's doing when he's doing
he's
it.
a human.
Because you don't just accidentally tell people, worship me, or this and that, you know.
But I mean, I haven't seen like specific delivery, but not that I know of. But I'm saying he's human, so.
حتى حضرتك صوت يعني هو
عمار
هو يفتخر بأنه يكون مسيد الدجال يعني إذا جاء خيار هل تريد تكون مسيد الدجال؟ لا يعني هو حتى وقال من نفسه يعني أريد يكون.
Again?
هو أصلا أنت قلت الحديث يعني أن مسيح الدجال يعني يفتخر إنه يكون مسيح الدجال. يعني ولو إذا جاء الملك ويسأله يعني هل تريد تكون أم لا بيقول نعم.
You remember when the brother Abdullah asked you in Ramadan, he said like, well, he said, can I kill the Dajjal when he comes out? You remember?
I can't.
He asked you right before Taraweeh. He's like, no, he said like, can I stab the Dajjal between the eyes or something like that? And then everyone started laughing. But Ammar Mubarak says, Ustad, I'm confused about some individuals who Sajid promoted on his channel, including someone who said that riba is halal to get a big car.
I don't know about all this.
You mean expensive car?
Go speak to Sajid about it.
You know he's very hard to contact.
No, I'm saying Sajid is a very good brother. He's one of the very, very few people that listen to advice, and he's very humble. So if you got any issues, go talk to him. Send him a message and let him know. You know, every time that I talk to Sajid about something, you know, alhamdulillah, we'll discuss it, and he's a very humble brother. So you got any issue, go speak to him.
Al-Jakarti says, Ustad, if a person reads Surah Al-Baqarah every day and makes dua every time after reciting Ayah 186, is doing this consistently considered bid'ah?
I don't know the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam making dua specifically. I mean, do you know of a hadith about this?
If I knew, I would have said.
When he used to recite at night, whenever he came to a place that talked about Jannah, he would ask Allah for Jannah. Whenever he came to a place that talked about the Nar and the punishment, he would seek refuge. But this was just general. These weren't like specific, as he was reciting. But to sit here and like make dua after one specific ayah, I don't know of anything about this from the Sunnah. So if it's not something that he did, then you leave it.
What about, regarding what you said, let's say someone recites Surah Fatir. He says, Alhamdulillahi Fatir Samawati. After the Imam, he says, Alhamdulillah. Can you say Alhamdulillah?
Why would you do that?
No, is that permissible?
That's the only thing permissible to you for you to recite after the Imam is al-Fatiha only.
So you can't recite like.
The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "La'allakum taqra'una khalfa imam." He said, it seems that you guys, you're reading behind your imam. They said, na'am. He's called, la taf'alu illa bi fatihatul kitab. He said, then don't do it except when you're reciting fatihatul kitab. Like, the only thing that you recite behind the imam is al-fatiha. That's it. The rest of it, huh?
أول مرة أعرف.
What?
كنت أفعل مثل الصحابة إذن.
What?
I think me and Saif
What
would do
happened?
that.
كنت أفعل مثل الصحابة إذن.
What did they do?
I think me and Saif we would do that when we pray behind you.
What's that?
Recite after you. Because I didn't know it was haram. But
You recite what?
like this is it, you recite Surah Al-Fajr, and I'm reciting Surah Al-Fajr after you because that, when I didn't know, it helped me to be more precise if I had to correct you. Or let's say any of the
Well,
surah.
if you just listen closely, it's gonna help you.
No, it's not the same.
That's the, no, it is, but you can't recite behind the imam, no.
أبقى ساكت.
Huh?
أبقى ساكت.
Sakit والمستمع. Focus. You're supposed to be focusing on the meaning, and you should be lost in what's going on in the surah. You know, like listening, focusing on the meaning. What's the meaning of this? You know. Yeah.
يعني في الظهر والعصر. في الظهر والعصر يعني أقرب هذا.
During the last one, you read
Only in
the Fatiha and the other surah. Yeah, for the first two.
It was actually getting annoying.
Yeah.
It was actually getting annoying. Like, من المسلمين الحمد لله رب العالمين says,
Like Amar keeps asking about, everybody keeps asking about Mujahid. Listen.
Where is he?
Well, Mujahid is not taking the heat of Fresno too lightly, you know.
Oh.
So Mujahid sits at home. He has an air conditioner and 2 fans. And he stays like, yeah, right?
Right in the middle of it. Huh?
Yeah, he stays like, they circle. He's encircled by these 2 big, you know, these big, not the box fans, but the big round fans.
And then how they in Saudi and then in Yemen?
But Yemen, like over those, like, no, Yemen's not. Like, we're in Sana'a now. The weather's beautiful.
Really?
All year round. It gets colder, but it doesn't really get hot. Because we're way up in the mountains.
Oh, okay.
So we just open a window. There's no air conditioner. We never had an air conditioner. 15 years in Yemen, never had an air conditioner in Yemen. Never. Saudi, everywhere you go is freezing cold. The masjid is freezing cold. You get an Uber, it's freezing cold. You go to the supermarket, it's freezing cold. So you're only touching the heat
When you go out.
when, yeah, just on your, from your way to the building to the car, into a building. That's it. You know, but here, because the house is just so, like, half of the house is like 100 degrees and the other half, so we cut off the second half of the house.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, the other half is just like, you go to the bathroom, oh, man, it's motivation not to go to the bathroom anymore. It's 100, like today it's like 103 degrees in the bathroom.
Like when you open our garage door, you can feel like outside.
Yeah, it's a sauna, you know. So he's not taking the heat very well.
Yeah.
So you're probably not going to see Mujahid until October. Because he's just been sitting there for 3 weeks underneath a fan and the air conditioner. 2 fans. He's got 2 fans, Akhi. And on top of that, there's a ceiling fan. So 3 fans, technically. Yeah. You laugh at your brother every day, huh?
من المسلمين الحمد لله رب العالمين says, is the quote-unquote the reward, parentheses, good or bad, is accordance to one's action a good translation for...
What are you saying, dude?
The reward for what?
Did you read parentheses or what is it?
No, so I'm telling you parentheses so you know what's in
You
parentheses.
confused the daylights out of me, huh? Say it again.
Okay. Is the reward, and in the parentheses, good or bad, is according to one's actions a good translation for al-jaza'u min jins al-amal?
No, al-jaza' min jins al-amal is like, basically, yeah, I mean, look, you get the reward for what you do, basically. You know, if you do good, you get good. You do bad, you get bad. But yeah, something like that. Muhammad Fatima says it's still hot in October. Yeah, but it won't be as hot.
No, it's not.
No, I mean, it won't be as hot. It's not going to be 113 degrees in October. That's the thing. Hopefully next week they say it's supposed to be dropping down to the 90s. You know, see those 4 days when it was 90s, that was like a vacation. Then it went back up to 107. I'm like, oh no, man. Even the cats. Well, we got the 3 cats outside when it was like 95, 96 degrees. The cats were just running around. Go look at the cats today. Like they're like dead out here. They're panting. You know, every time we open the door, they're trying to run in the house. Yeah, cats look like they're about to die.
Bushes over there.
Huh?
Get up under the big bushes over there.
Yeah, they was trying to get out the heat, man. It ain't no joke, man. 97, like 97 is cool. Like the 90s, once it hits the 90s, we're all right. 67 degrees in the morning, 95 during the day. Hey, cool. But it's 113 in the day and 80 degrees in the morning. Forget all that.
Man.
Yeah. Come to the masjid when we come in here for Asr. And we said that, you know, the thing, it doesn't have 100 on it. It just says H.
Temperature.
Yeah, it says H3. I'm like, and at first I was like, what does that mean? High 3. What is the H3? It's 103. It's 103 degrees in the masjid, once we turn that. And then imagine, we turn the AC on for 3 hours. And what's the temperature in the masjid? It gets down to like 82, 83. After 3 hours of running that AC at night, it goes down to 82. Man, that's come on, man. That temperature ain't like this heat here ain't no joke, man. Like I said, it's hotter in Riyadh, but you don't.
I started to crank it up for y'all early. I don't know whether y'all was gonna show or not, and you know, then I gotta come back and turn it off.
Yeah, but everybody's complaining about it. By the way, the electricity.
2000.
No, I'm saying this is for everybody. The bill, like they increased the rates. They were supposed to in July. They were supposed to decrease it. They ended up increasing it. So like a bunch of businesses are shutting down and like they're closing during the day. They can't pay their electric bills. Yeah.
Oh yeah, even at the restaurant, my dad will not turn on that AC. Even customers complain. They said, "Listen, like we want to eat here, but it's too hot."
Yeah, take your food and go.
That's what they did.
In your car. All right. Any more questions before we go?
Yes. These questions were even asked.
Ibn Azizuddin, 113 degrees, not 130. But yeah, Riyadh gets up to that. Riyadh gets up to close to 130. It gets up to 50 Celsius. I don't know what is 50 Celsius.
50
Arizona got 130. When I was in Arizona, it was
122 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, Death Valley gets over 130, and that's close to. That's not that far away.
Look at that big jacket.
All right. Any other questions? Go ahead.
من المسلمين الحمد لله رب العالمين says, a sister says, I bought a work.
One more time.
You were good the whole time. Now you raise your voice.
He ate that candy.
Yeah. That's why you're supposed to give them candy and send them home.
A sister says, I bought a
I was going to do that, by the way, one day. Because he was annoying me so much, like a couple weeks ago. I told my son, I said, I'm going to go buy a box of like Krispy Kreme donuts. But I'm not going to give them to him until it's like 10 minutes before the end of the class. I'm going to give him the Krispy Kreme donuts and send them home. You know, just so you can rip the house up and down and left and right.
Yeah,
Does he rip the house when you're at home?
No?
No, he's not telling the truth. Go ahead. All right, go.
Probably put him to sleep.
A sister says, I bought a work equipment online and my aunt asked me to send her the link for it. But there is a picture of a woman with her awrah exposed on the images, and also she scrolls. Is it permissible for me to send the link to her knowing she's not going to lower her gaze? And what should I say to her? She has messaged me about this multiple times. And if I try getting her the link, I'm most likely going to see the woman on accident. Allahul Musta'an.
Don't send it to her. Just tell her I'm not going to send it because she wants it, she can go find it herself, you know?
We're eating questions.
We're eating questions.
I don't know what it is with people nowadays, Akhi. Send me the link. I just ask you, like, what is the thing? And I go search for it myself. I feel, but everybody here, they like, I don't know what's wrong with people, man. They don't know how to search for things anymore. Seriously, I've never in my lifetime, just tell me the name of it. I'll go find it myself, But I don't know what it is with people. All the time, send me the name. Like, I tell them, like, there's a book, and I tell them the name of the book. Yeah, he just send me the book. Yeah, he just go search for it. Yeah, what's the name of the book? I gave you the name of the book so you can go find it. But people do not want to search for things anymore.
Technology done made it all easy. Technology done made everything all easy. Don't nobody want to do nothing.
Yeah, but you still got to search even for technology,
Hey,
That's why it's called a search engine. You know what I'm saying? It's like people they contact me, even on Telegram, because I mentioned the hadith, and they're like, well, you didn't mention the number of the hadith. Yeah, go to Google and find it yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why am I sitting here like I gotta go and get you the number of the hadith? What do you want me to do? Bring you dinner and lunch too? Come on, man. I mentioned the hadith. You can go find it yourself. I told you it's in Bukhari. Go. There you go. I'll give you the first hint.
Oh. It's a question about Sheikh.
Y'all was just Ray Charles in my question. Well, I don't know where your question is at.
I'm going order by order in the question.
Yeah, she said we became Ray Charles to her question.
Who? Fatima?
You know what that means, that we became Ray Charles to her question? No, let the young people. All right. He don't know He doesn't know who Ray Charles is, man.
No, we have a new Charles. No, his name is James Charles.
Fatima, we became Stevie Wonder to your question. Like, we really saw it, but we're pretending that we don't see. Yeah.
James Charles.
That's another conspiracy now that we're gonna get in trouble with YouTube. Did he just say that Stevie Wonder can see?
Ibn Fulan says, Ustad, what are your thoughts on the Imam of Jarh wa Ta'deel, Sheikh Rabi' Hafidahullah? And I think it says Mubtadiyah, strong opposition towards the Imam.
You alright, man, you gonna live.
Go sit in the van. You ready?
These are important questions, LeBron.
Be good.
Ask the question again.
What are your thoughts on the Imam? Hey, come on, man, don't be stupid. What are your thoughts on the Imam of Jarh wa Ta'deel, Sheikh Rabi' Hafidahullah, and I think Mubtadiyah, strong opposition towards the Imam? You know you better than that.
Is it strong opposition towards him or strong opposition towards the Sunnah?
Towards the Imam.
Yeah, their opposition is towards the Sunnah. He's a sheikh, he's an imam, alhamdulillah. Allah yahfadhu. But he's also, he gets things right and he gets things wrong. He still got to come with evidence just like everybody else. So we go back to the evidence. My issue, and I don't think anybody's issue has ever been with Sheikh Rabi'. We've always had love for Sheikh Rabi' and what he's done for this, defending the Sunnah. The problem is the people that follow him. And then the ghulu that they have with him. In the end, we follow Dalil. Just because he says it, it doesn't mean we just jump on it and say, okay, khalas, that's it. We're going, Sheikh Rabi' said it. No, you still got to bring Dalil, just like everybody else. Everybody. Sheikh Mubil, Sheikh Rabi', all the ulama. We follow Dalil. In the end, everything goes back to Dalil. When you tell me that a person is this and that and this and that, you bring Dalil. Just because he said it, it doesn't mean khalas, I got to follow it. And the thing about it is now that the people, if you don't agree with something that that he said because you don't know the evidence to it, you can't just sit here and go speak about another Muslim just because one person said he's this, he's that. You go back and you say, okay, what's the evidence? What's the dalil? What did he do? Bring the evidence, and you follow the dalil. So that's the issue. You want safe to ask the questions? Cause you're over here just having a good old time.
I can't say it when I'm drinking water. Man, this is a whole essay. And apparently it's going out something that you said.
What's that?
Want me to go?
I don't know. Where are you? Who's asking it?
Shahir or Imran. It's about the mukallaf thing.
I'm done with that, fellas.
So you want me to ask you? It's like
There's nothing else that I can say about that other than what I said about it. Khalas. I mean, whatever, I'll just read it tomorrow, inshallah.
Because you mentioned Ibn Uthaymeen.
Don't mention Sheikh Uthaymeen. Mention to me the book or the where you saw it, so I can go back and check it. Just because you said Sheikh Uthaymeen said it, I still want to go back and check it. So if you're gonna mention something like that, mention where you read it at.
Rashid says, is it haram to drink with the left hand? Sometimes on my right may be too dirty with food, so I use both hands or left hand.
Again,
what's the ruling on drinking with your left hand?
Haram. Hold on, because I'm trying to find. Don't do Stevie. Where is your question at? Will the deviants of this deen still enter paradise? As long as they did not do any type of bid'ah that took them out of Islam. You have people, that fall into bid'ah, they fall into different things, but it doesn't take them out of Islam. And they're under, get out. Get out. Why are you talking? Huh? Alright, their deviance does not take them out of Islam, then khalas, they go into Jannah eventually. If they have to be punished by anybody that dies on bid'ah, and calling to this or practicing this and being pleased, he's deserving of the hellfire. Deserving of it. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can forgive. That's what Allah wants to do with him. That's not for us to say, I can see his hand. Let me finish what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm telling you, Akhi, I'm about to end this right now because y'all getting on my nerves, man. Seriously. Yeah. Alright, so, that's up to Allah. If he wants to forgive him, he can forgive him. I'm trying to find her question. Because she keeps saying, why aren't you asking my question? And then she keeps rewriting it, but then it keeps getting lost.
What, Joeda? Yeah.
Huh?
Which one?
What's up? What's your question?
But what if he's going somewhere to become Muslim, but he dies?
That's between him and Allah. As far as like his hukum, because you gotta understand, his hukum on the bahir, like on the surface, and what we see, he died on kufr. And if he hasn't taken the shahada, then he died on kufr, right? That's for us. Him and Allah, that's a whole nother thing. Like if he had his intentions, let's say his intentions, I want to go to the masjid and take the shahada, right? And he gets into a car and he's going to the masjid and he dies in a car accident on the way, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will judge him based on his intentions. But us, we're going to deal with him based on what? By what a parent says. He's a kafir that died in a car accident. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what was in his heart. But on the day of judgment, that's between, that's his intention, that, with Allah. Inshallah, if he had the true intention of, he really understood, Tawheed, and he understood that Islam is the truth, and he wanted to go become Muslim, inshallah, that's like I said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive him.
No, Rashid says...
I'm told you, I'm trying to find their question. That's what I'm trying to find, because it keeps jumping.
No, what's the name of the person?
That is the question. Okay, that was her question. I was saying, that was her question, or is that your question?
What?
That was your mother's question, or what?
My question.
She wrote the same thing here.
I think so.
She said, why did the Salafis treat them as they aren't Muslim? But who are you talking about?
She's talking about people with bid'ah.
See, the problem with a lot of the people that give dawah in America is because lack of knowledge, lack of understanding. Look, there is a difference between a person who calls the bid'ah and a person who does it, but he's ignorant. The people who do fall into different types of bid'ah and they're ignorant, you teach them and you're patient with them. And you don't get angry. But see, this is the problem, man. The problem is that the way that the people don't have patience. And then as we go further and further down into more generations, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And the younger and younger generations, they just running the people away from, running the people away from the sunnah. Because now the people, because it's like, okay, you see a person doing bid'ah. He's jahil, he's ignorant, he's a taxi driver, he works in a supermarket. Yeah, akhi, what are you going to jump down his throat for and get all angry and, I'm not giving him salams? Akhi, give him advice, teach him, sit down and be patient with him and help him learn. A lot of the people, they come from countries that are Muslim countries, that these are the practices. They don't know. They think that this is Islam. And if you sit down and you explain that this is not the Sunnah, okay, khalas. And this is why the people, they don't like Salafis in America, because we can't seem to make that like tamiz. We don't have that distinguishment. Anybody does something wrong, khalas, we don't talk to them. Yeah, okay, but then we look at ourselves. How many times do we make mistakes and go against the Sunnah and we don't know about it? So if everybody judged us by the things that we were ignorant about, nobody would give us salams either. So you have to be patient and teach the people and treat the people properly. Now, we're talking about a person who's a caller to bid'ah, a person who's running around teaching the people this bid'ah. That person, we're harsh with them. We're harsh with that person. Well, we don't have to be harsh with his followers. We try to teach them and try to get them to understand the correct sunnah so that they leave that. But if you're harsh with them, then what are they going to do? They're not going to listen to you. They're going to listen to him because he smiles with them. And that's wallahi, the biggest complaint. And this is what the people say. Oh, these people aren't nice. They're rude and they don't smile and they're frowning all the time. It's the behavior, akhi. Our behavior is horrible. Horrible. Because a lot of the Salafis, they come off of what? Streets. All right, you come off the streets. Okay, type. All of us did. I'm no different. Nobody, all of us. I mean, a lot of the brothers that I know, everybody that I was associated with came from the streets. Does that mean that you have to continue acting with that same type of attitude? If the Sunnah, learning the Sunnah does not refine you and doesn't make you a better person, where the people don't see that in you, because that's the whole thing. If you grew up on the streets, if you were the biggest killer in the neighborhood, and you learn the Sunnah and you practice the Sunnah properly, the people should not be able to see that. If somebody were to tell them, that dude used to kill a whole bunch of people, they'll never believe it, because why? That Sunnah changes you, refines your character. But now you see, like, wallahi akhi, wallahi, the people now that call themselves Salafi, wallahi, running around America with the worst behavior. The worst behavior. Why do you think when I came to Fresno, the very first choice, I said, first we're going to study Adab Mufrad. First we're going to learn about manners, because what's the benefit of you learning knowledge and you don't have good manners? What are you going to do with the knowledge except for chase people away from it? This is the most important thing that we need to focus on, is our manners and the way that we deal with people. You smile with people, you're nice with people, you teach the people. This is the way that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he brought the people that hated him, that wanted to kill him, but brought them in and they became Muslim. Yeah, you got to be patient with the people, but they don't. Like I said, with a person who's calling the bid'ah, you got nothing but harshness with this person. We try to advise him, but if he rejects that advice and continues teaching the bid'ah, because why? Because he's a harm to the Muslims. He's a harm to the Muslims, because he's taking the people and saying that this is the Sirat al-Mustaqim, and he's taking them off on these subul that we talked about before. He's taking them off on all these paths off to the hellfire. So he's a danger to the Muslims. But the thing is how can you warn the Muslims against this danger when you're treating them like garbage? Nah, man. But the thing is a lot of these dudes, wallahi, you see them. Wallahi, they sit there and like, I ain't giving them salams. And he'll go turn around and smile with a kafir. Go hang out with some kuffar and be laughing and joking and all giggle, but he won't give salams to his brother because his brother made a mistake. Yeah, akhi, taqillah, wallahi. This type of behavior, complete nonsense. And this is exactly the reason why the people, they don't want to listen to, when they hear the word Salafi, what do? Yeah, boy, they get the shoelaces laced up and they get ready to run. What's the question? Go ahead.
She said, is the prophet? No, wait.
I think I found her question. I'm gonna ask you.
Because they already forgot.
Because this was from way before. It says, so is the hadith on the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon you, visiting the sick woman who threw trash at his door fabricated?
What hadith is this?
Oh.
She threw trash at his door?
No. No, she was saying, is the hadith fabricated? when the girl was in the hospital and Prophet Muhammad.
There's no hospitals in the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Oh, when she got sick and Prophet Muhammad went to go visit her. She said that fabricated.
I don't know. Does anybody know that hadith that he's talking about? Let me know in the chat, inshallah. I can't say it's fabricated. I'm just saying I don't know. I mean, look, there's thousands and thousands of hadiths. And I mean, even when we came across one hadith in the very first book of Sahih, the very first book of hadith that I ever read was Sahih Muslim. And I read it slowly and focused on it. And then I read the hadith. I read a hadith and I was like, oh, it's small. I've never read that hadith. Where is that? Sahih Muslim. So you can't keep everything in your mind after you. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it's fabricated. I'm just saying I don't know. So if anybody knows it, let me know, inshallah.
Guy says, some people shave the sides of their beard and get goatees. Is this permissible,
No.
makruh, or haram?
تقليد الكفار. من تشبه بقوم فهو منهم. Whoever imitates the people, then he's from them. Those are the people that he's going to be raised up with on the day of judgment. So remember that, the people that you act like, the people that you love. Even the man, he went to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Rajul yuhibbu al-qawm, walamma yalhaqu bihim, walamma yalhaq bihim." He said that a person, he loves the people, but he's never been with them. He's never met them. He never got a chance to sit with them. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Al-mar'u ma'a man yuhib, ma'a man ahab yawm al-qiyamah." So he said that the man is with the person, the people that he loves on the day of judgment. So whatever you have love for, if you love, obviously you have to have love for kuffar because you're imitating them. You're trying to dress like them. You're trying to speak like them. You're trying to, shave your beard and try to look like them. That's love. That's love. If you had love for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then you would be trying to act like him. You try to speak like him. You try to dress like him. And you try to do the worship and the things that he used to do. That shows love. So, you're going to spend all this money trying to look like a kafir, then what do you expect on the day of judgment when you get raised up with him? So,
just imagine if someone he loves, like a kafir sports team, he loves them.
It's foolish, akhi, Anything else?
Guy says also, what did Shaykh al-Albani rahimahullah mean when he says you can trim part of the beard?
He didn't say you can trim. Shaykh al-Albani rahimahullah was on the opinion of Abdullah ibn Umar, taking the beard and cutting what's below this. Now, because he saw the athar as being authentic, and this is not an action of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the action of him, of the Sahabi. That's his ijtihad. All right, but the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam never did that. Abu Bakr didn't do that. Omar didn't do that. So you have the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You have the Khulafa ar-Rashidun. All right, so follow what they were upon. Just because one Sahabi has an ijtihad and he does this, and even the ulama, they differ about why he did it. What did he do it for? Because he did it during Hajj. I can't remember if it's Hajj or Umrah. I have to go back and read the narration. But the point is that he did it. What was the purpose? And nobody knows. All right. So Shaykh al-Albani, rahimahullah, he used to, when the people used to go to them, like me, you see my beard is longer. He would go, if you go to him and you had a long beard, he would say, Anta musbil. And the people would look at their parents and like, La ya Shaykh, ana lasta bi musbil. Said, Anta musbil ya akhi. And this is what he would say to the people. So, but no, that's an opinion, Afwan, but I'm not with him more. And most of the ulama, they differ with him on that. So,
someone says, Umar says, I think this question was regarding the meher. He says, so if I give Sahih al-Bukhari collection, it would be valid?
Of course. I told you, if you give her a chocolate bar, if she accepted that, the family accepted that, khalas, it's valid.
Anonymous, they said, is it wajib? But okay. I think they're talking about the meher too. Is it wajib, but is it a rukn?
Alright, so Ibn Aziz al-Din said, go to the 10 most popular fabricated hadith video on Sajid's channel and go to 10 minutes. Omar Shatila talks about this hadith being a fabrication. Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair. There you go.
Wow, like, I think someone was not being patient today with their question wanting to be answered.
Who's that?
Juwayya, but hey, you said I have to go in order, so I'm going in order.
What's the question?
Do the jinn pray alongside us?
Allah ya.
And they said, do the jinn also have 4 angels who protect them?
Allah ya.
It's 10 of 6, just so you know.
I mean, the jinn praying in the masjid, but do they pray alongside us or they pray in their own rows? Allah knows best. I don't know, because that's a amal ghaiba. You're asking me about things. It's not in the Quran, it's not in the Sunnah. How would I know? You know?
Well, because as a kid I was told to believe this. Because is there anything in the Quran or Hadith that mentioned that the jinn have like their own world, like their own planet, like their own realm?
I mean,
I was told to. I never believed it, but I was told to believe it.
their own planet.
Like their own realm, like it's just like a planet of jinn.
Well, it's not. I mean, they're here with us,
Mm.
but we don't see them. So I mean, they're in a room within our room, but we don't. You know what I'm saying? So they can see us, but we can't see them. You know. I mean, they can take on physical forms and see, but the person won't see them in their actual form. And what's the dalil that they take on physical forms?
Regarding Shaitan and Abu Hurairah.
Yeah, that's not shaitan. That was not actually iblis. Shaitan. That was just I had a shayateen, you know, from a jinn, but that wasn't like actual iblis, you know. Huh?
موسى شاف إبليس.
What?
موسى شاف إبليس.
No, I'm saying Abu Hurairah. One of the shayateen took on a human form as an old man stealing from the sadaqah. Yeah.
Oh, في بيته.
Huh?
في بيته.
Why would a
No,
jinn need?
bro.
I don't think a jinn needs money, anyways.
Come on, man. This is the last. We gotta go, man.
Al-Jakardi says, a sister has a Christian female friend she has been friends with since high school. They still meet occasionally, though rarely. Is it permissible for her to uncover her face in front of this friend when they hang out at home? Can't take a Christian as a friend.
For one, I mean, any relations that you have with her should be dawah. And keeping the niqab on is a part of that dawah. So again, anytime that any dealings that she has with that person should be dealings of dawah. I mean, especially if it's somebody that she grew up with, she knows very well, you know, so she should, you know, be more concerned about trying to give dawah to that person, getting a person to, you know, accept Islam. And khalas, I mean, that should be the goal of the relationship right now. You know, subhanAllah.
Anonymous says, many people where I'm from are named Basita. Can we call them by this name?
It's nothing that prevents them from being called that name.
You answered this before, but Miskeen Ibad says, can you pray the prayer that the adhan is called for during the adhan? I was saying, never mind. Like if a mu'adhin is making the call for prayer for Maghrib, can you pray Maghrib while he's giving the adhan for Maghrib, or do you have to wait till he finishes?
That must be a question from a woman. Because that's the only one that would do that. Because she's in the house when the adhan's getting called.
Or munafiq.
Huh?
Or munafiq.
I mean, it's permissible. It's nothing that prevents the person praying when the adhan is being called. And once the adhan is being called, khalas, and that's the time for the salat. So like the women that are in the houses, that's what they normally do, because especially like Dhuhr and Asr, they're busy, you know. So as soon as the adhan gets called, they pray right away because they're probably busy in the kitchen and doing things. We're talking about Muslim countries, obviously, where they hear the adhan.
من المسلمين الحمد لله رب العالمين says, is a man approaching his wife on her cycle from the major sins since he has to offer expiation?
That's from the major sins. You talking about having relations with your wife when she's when she's menstruating? Yeah, of course. You need to make Tawbah from that.
It's 10:11 o'clock. Do you still want to continue?
I'm just reading the last ones and like that's it. Yeah, I mean, this jinn that took forms even amongst the Quraysh. You know, the jinn, one of the shayateen took the form of a person and trying to get the people motivated to go to battle, but then when they saw the malaika, boy, he bounced. He bounced and left. You know, so almost like he said, you know, I mean, they take human forms. They take human forms.
Still taking questions or not?
I'm just trying to read this last one and then we'll go inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, Ustad. In the UK, a lot of Muslim women are being targeted by far-right thugs rioting. Some Asian brothers met their force with force. What's your advice to the Muslims in the UK? Stand up and defend your women. You know, the Muslim is never the aggressor. The Muslim will never ever be the aggressor. But if somebody tries to, you know, transgress against our women and transgress against us, and you make sure that they don't do it again. You make sure they don't do it again. You know, right now the women should stay in the houses during this time because obviously it's a danger for them to be outside. You know, and but if something like that happens, you got to protect the women. You got to do what you got to do. You know, because I mean, like I said, it's not don't go beyond the laws, obviously, because we don't want a whole bunch of Muslims being locked up. But you know, whatever you can do within the realm of self-defense, you do it, and you take care of business. People put their hands on a woman, you defend the woman. Khalas. That means that you have to elbow somebody to the jaw, But that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. But I mean, just make sure that you do it in self-defense and you're not doing it in a way that you're going to get in trouble and put in jail. Because the last thing we want is a bunch of Muslims locked up in a kafir jail. You know? So, but I mean, whatever is in your means of doing self-defense, do it. Make sure that these kuffar never learn a lesson that they never do that stuff again. You know, it's a nice lesson sometimes, and wallah, it wakes people up. وإلى هنا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.